to Travel Weekly TV, where we go behind the scenes speaking to the industry's heavyweights. Today I have Emanuele from Italian National Tourist Board. Emanuele, thank you for coming in.
My pleasure, Hoda.
So tell me a little bit more about you and what you do there.
Well, I'm the country manager for Australia and New Zealand. So we have about 25 offices all around the world that promote Italy. So, obviously, tourism is a big part of the Italian economy. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's my job to, promote all the destinations.
So with Italy, it's a really hot destination at the moment, especially post-COVID. Are there any other trends or anything else that we need to be aware of when it comes to Italy?
Well, I think we're fortunate with Italy, or I'm fortunate because we have such a diverse country. We have 58 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in all the different regions. Trend-wise, I think that we're seeing a lot more people traveling for bleisure or business leisure. Mm-hmm. And I can see why, because, how easy is it just to go there and spend time in a Tuscan villa and just pull out your laptop and start working with these amazing sceneries. So I think I can see why that's a trend.
And we spoke previously off camera that there's multi-generational travel now that's become a thing where people want to go back to Italy and perhaps visit, a grandmother's village or somewhere that their father grew up. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. So 2024 has been declared the year of roots and heritage tourism, and therefore one of our goals is to actually target people with Italian background, perhaps maybe even people that have never actually been to Italy before, because we're now up to third and fourth, fifth generation Italo-Australians, and it kind of ties in with sustainability as well, because it takes these people away from the main hotspots and sort of disperses tourism in perhaps maybe small villages where their ancestors came from, and also different times of the year as well.
You're Italian, of course. Tell me a little bit more about your background and how you landed here.
Oh, it's a pretty long story. So I have an Australian accent because I came to Australia when I was 3 years old, and then and I was born in Milan. But what happened was, when I was about 12, my mum and dad decided that they didn't want to live in Australia anymore. So we moved to Tuscany, which is where my mum's from, and basically where I grew up until I was in my mid-20s.
Wow. But your accent is perfectly Australian.
Yeah, I guess I'm in the perfect job because I have to actually speak both languages for my job. A lot of my job is dealing with my head office in Rome, mm-hmm. as well as the market here in Australia. So I kind of grew up bilingual, knowing both languages, and it's helped me a lot.
It's just meant to be. In the travel industry, have you worked anywhere else? I mean, you've landed in the perfect destination for yourself, but what else have you done in travel?
So this is my first travel role, but I've been in this job for about 20 years now, so it's been a long time. Prior to that, I was working for tech companies, and I worked for Dell Computer before this. And but my background is travel, so I did study tourism, and so when I had the opportunity to work here, I kind of grabbed it. So I've been here ever since.
It's not a bad gig. Tell me, Italy is so diverse. What's your favourite city and why?
Ooh, I just don't want to upset anyone by giving different answers. But I love Rome because it's one of those places where you don't actually have to go to a museum to appreciate art. Simply by walking around the streets of Rome, you have the Colosseum and the Trevi Fountain and Piazza Navona, and you've got just all this art around you, especially if it's a beautiful sunny day. It's just the perfect destination. But having said that, there's so many other places that I love as well. Lake Como in the north, and the Dolomites, and Sicily, and Puglia. There's just so many.
You're from Milan, and you didn't mention Milan, so you'll definitely be upsetting the people of Milan.
Well, Milan is actually an important city because it's going to host the Winter Olympic Games in 2 years' time. Milano
really?
Cortina in 2026. So it's going to be, I think, a hot destination because, obviously Winter Olympics is very important.
There's so much beautiful food, wine, history and culture. Is there something else that people tend to go to Italy for now?
Well, I mean, there are so many reasons to go to Italy. It's just one of those destinations where you don't just go for one particular reason. You know, there's, as we mentioned, the food and the wine, but also there's so many recurring events as well. You know, think about the Venice Carnival, which is one of the most famous carnivals in the world, or the Palio di Siena. But also there's also like even new events like, you know, the ATP tennis finals at the end of the year, or people like to go and watch the soccer matches as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's so many reasons to go to Italy. The fashion in Milan as well. I could just go on and on.
Yep, I could too, actually. It's one of those destinations that you can go again and again and again and just experience the most incredible, unique itineraries the second time or the third time or the fourth time. It's not a really large country, but you've really, you know, filled it with so many experiences.
We're fortunate that, you know, there are 20 regions in Italy that make up Italy, but they're all unique. So every region has its own culture and traditions, and even dialects and the way that people speak. The cuisine is different from north to south, and every region has its own, you know, uniqueness about it.
There's a video going on social media going around, and it's really popular, and it's Italian pet peeves.
Oh.
What not to do in Italy. And there's a lot actually, but they're quite simple in that there's no drinking cappuccino after noon. Is that right? No breaking the pasta.
That's right. No cappuccinos, because cappuccino is a breakfast drink. And, you know, when you have breakfast, you have some milk and a pastry. But if you're having a big lunch, you don't want to drink milk. You want to drink wine or something else. So therefore, after dinner, people drink espressos just as a pick-me-up, not cappuccino.
No cappuccino, no. No.
Not after
you
11.
heard it, no cappuccino after 12.
After 11.
After 11?
Yeah.
God, it keeps getting stricter. So tell me, is there somewhere that the travel agents or the industry can go to find out more information?
Yeah, our website has a lot of useful information. It's www.italia.it. Very simple to remember.
Okay. You've got to pronounce it that way too. If you're typing it up, you can't say Italia.
Italia.it.
Thank you so much, Emanuele. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching Travel Weekly TV.